Hi, if I were to ask you, who is your neighbor, what would you say? Well, let's hear what Jesus had to say when someone asked him that question.
This parable started with the man asking Jesus a question. Who is my neighbor? Jesus decided to answer this question with a parable to help everyone who was listening understand. Jesus said, "There once was a Jewish man walking along a road. He was coming from Jerusalem and was headed to Jericho, which was a full day or two of walking. The road was rocky and there were small hills all around. The man was just humming to himself and enjoying the nice day when suddenly a group of men jumped out from behind a hill. They took all of his belongings and tore off most of his clothes. They didn't want him to follow them, so they beat him up pretty badly and left him lying and bleeding on the side of the road. A few minutes later, a priest was walking down the same path and noticed the man lying on the side of the road. Do you know what he did? You'd think he would run over and help the man. Instead, he crossed the road and walked on the other side and acted like he didn't see the man. About an hour or so later, another man called a Levite was walking down the road. Levites were people who assisted priests with their work. He would probably help the man. But you know what he did? He slowed down and walked a little closer to the man, but then kept walking without helping him at all. The man was bleeding, had most of his clothes ripped off him, and he was bruised and hardly breathing. Just a few minutes later, another man came walking. He was a Samaritan. Jews usually didn't treat Samaritans very well, so they never got along. The man who was dying on the road was a Jew. So what do you think the Samaritan did? As soon as he saw the man, he went over to him and felt compassion for him. He put bandages on his sores and poured oil and wine on the sores to prevent them from getting worse. Then he lifted the man on his own donkey and took him to a hotel to take care of him. The next day, the Samaritan took out enough money so the man could stay at the hotel until he was well enough to leave. He paid the man at the front desk and asked him to take care of the man. If he wasn't better after about 2 months, the Samaritan would come back and pay for any extra costs. After Jesus finished the story, he asked, "Which of the 3 men do you think was a neighbor to the man who was left beaten on the side of the road?" The man who asked him the question at the beginning replied, "The one who had compassion and helped him." Jesus told him, "Go and do likewise. Go and do the same."
Wow, isn't that amazing? The Samaritan saw a need and he tried to meet the need. He didn't care about anything else. All he wanted to do was help. And that's all I want you to be able to do. Whenever you see someone who needs help, be it your mom, be it your dad, be it your grandparents, be it a friend, whoever needs help, try your very best to help. So here's our chant. It's very simple. When you see a need, try to, and you're going to say, meet the need. You got that? I'm going to say, when you see a need, try to, and you're going to say, meet the need, because that's what love is. Let's try it together. When you see a need, try to. When you see a need, try to. And that's how we show love to Jesus. That's how we show love to a neighbor, and that's how we show love to our family. Whenever you see a need, try your best to meet the need. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.